Right? Okay, so we're back with another with another Geek Night session, okay, where we will talk about animes, okay. And this week I've chosen Valvrave the Liberator. Well, it's not like I on purpose choose this, um, well, due to the timing and everything, okay, because there are some things about Valvrave that eerily fit the theme of this week. Okay, but when I chose this, it was before all those conflicts happened. So even I didn't expect it to be that timely. Okay, so if you don't know, okay, Valvrave the Liberator, okay, it was released a couple of years back. Okay, let me just double check. It's a mecha anime and it was released in 2010. Wow, I thought it was like around 4 or 5 years ago. I can't believe it's already been 9 years. Okay, okay. This anime was released in 2013. Okay, and Valvrave. The thing about Valvrave that it's a mecha anime. When it comes to mecha anime, you can imagine Gundam, and without a doubt, this anime does take a lot of things from Gundam. Okay, with the themes and everything. Okay, now back to the anime. Okay, now it is set in a futuristic setting where in the story, humans already started colonizing space. Okay, so I assume that some will be on different planets. Okay, but we are focusing on there's also like different factions and stuff. Okay, but I don't want to get too much into the detail. Okay, so we are viewing from the story from this boy. Okay, which is, give me a second. I click it and move it. Okay, we are viewing from the story from this boy, which is Tokishima Haruto. Okay, he's just aside from the living colonies in space, he's just a regular old guy. Okay, now he lives in a colony. Okay, which is a neutral faction. Okay, so there are like maybe if I would just want to borrow from World War, like maybe allies and the Axis. Okay, so and it seems that he is in this Gior colony, which is a neutral faction. Okay, now one day, the Dorjan fleet. Okay, I assume that because I assume that they are something akin to the Axis powers. Okay, because they they started invading them without any single warning. Okay, so when that happens, his life was turned upside down. Basically, like he's a standard old guy. He's a standard high school boy. Going through puberty, having a girl that he likes, but he haven't confessed. He wanted to confess. Just normal teenager. And then bam, his where he lived is being invaded, okay, by an attacking force. This is why I say I didn't plan on going so much deep into this part here. Okay, um, I chose this anime last Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, okay. Now, the plot is that Tokishima Haruto is that when his homeland is homeland, school, colony, whatever you want to call it, okay, being invaded, he found a robot in the school ground. Okay, so and the robot is his why um the robot itself is the reason why his school, his colony is being invaded. Okay, because this robot, okay, is robot mecha, okay, is really advanced, okay, and just this one robot alone can take down a whole fleet of of army. Okay, not to mention like I said just now, Tokishima Haruto, he's not like he's special or anything. He's just a regular old boy. He have never received training. He have never gone through shooting, fighting, just your standard or regular student. And he alone using this robot itself to basically push back against the invading fleet. Okay, and um and like I said, this story is already in the future, okay, where humans they colonize space. So I assume that maybe not to the level of interspatial travel, okay, which involve traveling faster than light speed. Maybe not that, okay, but it's still around that level. But the for me, what I see is that this robot may be like 1,000 years, maybe 2,000 years ahead, depending on, we can just assume, okay? So that's why it is the Dorjian Empire, okay? The Dorjian Empire was wanted to invade them because they have like intelligence saying that these robots they are in the school, colony, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now, before that, can you just give me a second? I just want to check my colony, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Okay. Now it seems that it's working. Now, the thing is, when you want to use it, there's actually a price to pay. Okay. There's actually a price to pay, and that price is your humanity. What I mean by your humanity is that as it you might think that he might turn into like some kind of like alien, like mutant or something in it, but no. Okay, it's just that he basically he can't die. Okay, he has like super regenerative power in a sense it's not a downside, is what I want to say. Okay, it's not a downside. Okay, because it seems that these robots they ran on one thing, which is something that this robot runs on human emotions. Okay, easy to say. Okay, now we'll talk about it later on. Okay, now so when he made that decision whether to give his humanity, okay, so the robot itself is strong enough to repel the enemy forces, and we did see like they after they failed to invade, okay, and the colony is like float on itself, okay, and basically when that happened, like only the school is separated from the rest, okay. It seems that they are the only one safe, okay. They branch out from the Geor, okay, colony, and they become actually neutral states. Like they it's broken off, and basically everybody that's inside this colony is basically students. Okay, so you can see that tensions are around. Okay, only children. Maybe there's one or two adults, but I don't remember that much. Yes, it's been quite a while since I last watched it. Okay, now, okay, and it turns out, okay, when he fight all alone, okay, when they actually found out in between that there's another it's not saying there's another, there's a couple more units similar as this, okay, so that are super powerful but have different designs, okay, but they run on the same technology, basically like they run on human emotions as fuel. Okay, now so it's not like that since this school is just alone, they are not gonna be Haruto can't alone fight back all of them, so like others also join in, okay, except this guy's a different case, okay, and the rest here they actually take up the mantle, okay, as pilots as well, okay, and some of them they are happy about it. Okay, you know, like being able to pilot such a cool map. Some are like, you know, they were forced to do it. Okay, they have no other choice because remember, okay, they are now a neutral, you know, a neutral state, and you know, if one side, okay, if this is being pursued by one empire or by one empire, and if the other empire, you know, start to fight with this, it's gonna start a whole new war. Man, describing this really reminds, you know, reminds of what is happening around the ongoing conflict. And oh my god, I can't believe how timely it is for me to choose, you know, to talk about Valvrave, and all of this happens. Okay, now, okay, let's leave that aside. Okay, so some of them, if I'm not wrong, this guy he was very, you know, happy that he can pilot it. Okay, and other than that, okay, it's not that they became unkillable. Okay, like they can have super regenerative. But there's also another thing. Okay, which is why I said just now, this guy is not another pilot. Okay, this guy is actually the Dorjian enemy. Okay, and it turns out, okay, why he is standing here is because Haruto have this ability to actually like possess another individual. So basically like being a ghost in, like, you know, literally possessing somebody. Okay, and when he did that, okay, when he possessed this guy, okay, remember Naruto is just a normal student, but when he possessed him, okay, and he pilot the robot, okay, that guy, he is a trained military personnel. Okay, so he's used to this. His reaction time is faster, techniques whatsoever you want. Okay, so in overall stats, he is still stronger. Okay, but the reason why this guy can't win is because he's unkillable. Okay, due to the super regenerative ability. Even when if I'm not wrong, he even got a bullet on his head and he still survived. Okay, and so in a sense, they basically like, um, if I say love and hate relationship, it sounded like they might be, you know, dating. Not that. Okay, basically like they're stuck with each other. You need to say, okay, they hate each other, but at the end they became friends. Okay, it shows that, you know, even in warrior or opposing sides, you are not that much different. Okay, in a sense. Now, so when he loses humanity, okay, and among with the others just now, okay, um, this um individual, actually she's not an individual. Well, okay, she's not human. You say she's an individual, okay? Because it seems like she's an AI, but actually she's like some kind of entity that is living living in machines. Okay, so she's the one that, you know, in a sense made him sign a contract to turn into to lose his humanity in order to pilot it. Okay, and okay, like I say, uh this person, okay, is the one that turned them inhumane, inhuman, unkillable. Okay, at the expense of their memories, okay, their emotions. Okay, so every time they pilot it, okay, at first it's just gonna, you know, take some of your, you know, minor memories, like for example, what did you eat, okay, and all the stuff, and then slowly the more you use it, uh the more it takes a toll on you. Okay, and slowly it's eating you up, basically like it's eating your life force. Okay, and at the end he's just turned at the end we don't know his fate, but easy to say, either he died or he's just a shell of a human being. Okay, so it's really hard to watch the protagonist. Okay, he fought for all of, you know, for all of the people in the colony. Okay, losing his memories, get slowly, you know, forgetting everything. Okay, and throughout all of that, okay, he fought and fought after waves of the Dorjian empire, okay, and he was treated as a pariah, okay, basically hated by everybody, even in the colony even by the colony themselves, okay, and it was sad because the reason why he first piloted it is because he wanted to protect the school, and most importantly, he wants to protect the girl that he loved. Okay, so at the end, it's a really sad ending for this anime. Okay, so this anime, setting aside the mecha, the robots. Okay, this anime is a space opera. Okay, and when the anime started, okay, we know that Haruto was in love with this girl. Her name is Shoko. Okay, and I forgot whether she's the student president at first, but later on she will have to act as the representative, basically like president of Gior colony, okay, that they're in. Okay, and when before the invasion started, it seemed that he was about to confess to her. Okay, and when he first piloted, okay, at the end of the first episode, okay, when he saw the robot, when he wants to move the robot, he can't. Okay, and the reason why he wants to pilot it is because he wants to avenge for her father's death. Okay, her father died, when being invaded. Okay, so he felt angry. He did all of this for her. Okay, and after all of that, okay, and of course she likes her. Of course she likes him. Okay, now when everybody treated him as a pariah, hated him, okay, like saying that he's not human and everything. Okay, she also turned on him. Like, how could you lie to me? In a sense, even if she doesn't love, she at least care him very deeply. But um, she couldn't forgive him for that, and you know later on, okay, after outcasting him, okay, sending him out, to die in space. Okay, remember when that happened, nobody else is protecting the colony. Okay, she actually found out the reason why Haruto actually did all of this, okay, suffer through all of that pain. The reason why is because she's the this this entity actually showed her the video, or when Haruto first piloted the robot, where he actually was basically, come on, move, I need to avenge, I need to protect the school. Okay, and when she saw that, okay, after she had sent him to die, okay, in the middle of in space, it was really really sad. Okay, so it really touched the heart. This is basically like Gundam plus a love story, okay, a drama. Now, I'm gonna talk a bit about Gundam. Okay, even I'm not a big fan of Gundam. Okay, the reason why I know about this Gundam, especially this Gundam, is because just a couple of months ago, last year, I played a Gundam game called SD Gundam. Okay, and you have to play through the scenario, and they basically shorten the anime into bit sizes. Okay, you know basically only the most important part. Okay, and when I watched it, okay, along with other Gundam series, I feel like the one that touched the most into the theme of children's and war, basically the war that forced onto the younger population or the younger generation. Okay, this anime, okay, Iron Blooded Orphans, okay, uh is the one that most stuck out to me. Okay, we'll talk about it later after I talk about Gundam. Okay, now if you don't know Gundam is all of Gundam have one thing in common. Okay, well, as you know, robots. Okay, second is that they are always in war. Okay, either they are about to be in war, already in war. Anyhow, war affects it. Okay, so for example, I've only watched a few. Okay, um, the original one, Amuro. Okay, we found out he's actually in a feder in a fighting against the Federation, something like that. Okay, and he's the first pilot of Gundam and stuff. Okay, other than that, that I've watched is probably like Gundam 00. Okay, where Setsuna Asei, he he became a Gundam pilot because when he was young, his homeland was invaded. Okay, his homeland was invaded, and he has to fight or shoot to survive. Okay, and other than that, I don't watch much Gundam anime. Okay, but then when I played SD Gundam, when I played uh, through this one, okay, Iron Blooded Orphan, it really stuck out to me. Okay, because what happened was all of them, okay, all of them, they are actually slaves in a sense. Okay, they are actually slaves and they live on Mars. Okay, and there's in a sense there's a you couldn't call it racism, and but the idea is the same. Okay, the original idea is Pikachu towards a group. Okay, so they live on Mars. Okay, and of course, they don't think people who are born on Mars are like people who are born on Mars or places different from Earth. They're considered as a second or a second or a third class citizen. Okay, they are not even treated as humans some of the time. Okay, so all of this, okay, bear in mind they are born in Mars, and on top of that, they are actually slaves. Okay, because war displaces people. When orphans, when they are orphaned, okay, children, basically sold as slaves. So basically, like, if people who are not born on or not born on Earth, they are considered as second class citizen. They who are the effect uh of war in space, okay, they literally became a third class citizen in a sense, worse as slave. Okay, so they are actually like employed straw, okay, loosely used. Okay, they are employed by this company, and they have to work even if they have to die for it. Okay, and in the game I played, like, some of these children, workers, whatever you want to call them. Okay, they are sent into, like, normal robots, not a mobile suit. Okay, in other words, it doesn't look humanoid. Basically, like you can imagine something like a crane, something like that. Okay, those heavy machine. I wouldn't say heavy machinery, but you can imagine it. Okay, a robot or a machine unit that is not built to fight, and they are used as basic cannon potters. So it's very hard to watch. Okay, and okay, and when they decided to overthrow the company that treat them as literally not human. Okay, and leaded by this guy, he asked him to pilot this robot, and this robot actually uh like is killing you. In a sense, it's really similar to the Valvrave unit. Okay, in a sense that to pilot this Gundam, you need to be born with implanted. You need to be implanted with something. Okay, and nowadays it's banned, but since they are slaves, some of them, they have it implanted in them. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So in a sense, the idea is very fitting. Iron-blooded orphans. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Now, all setting all aside, okay, like I said earlier, I didn't expect, this to happen. Okay, I didn't expect this to happen because I chose this on Monday. Okay, I chose this on Monday, and I was like, What did I did last week? Oh, I did Mirai Nikki last week. Okay, the reason why I choose this anime because I wanna like go through another anime that have a very sad another like love ending. That love is being paid close attention, and at the end it's not a happy ending for the lovers. So that's the reason why I chose Valvrave. I have no idea that this is going to happen, okay? Because if I'm not wrong, it happened on Wednesday, okay? All of this. And on Tuesday there are signs of it, okay? But not not an invasion yet. Okay? And when I saw this, oh come on, please don't make when I saw that all of this happened, I was like, what a timely thing to choose. Okay, because from the very beginning, again, when I talk about Valvrave, I already have an idea of trying to link it with Gundam. Okay, and all of this happened. So um, it's really very sad. Okay, like I said just now when I was explaining the colony, which is like a neutral state. Okay, it is set the same with Ukraine right now. Okay, Ukraine is, I wouldn't say it's a neutral state, okay, because okay, of course Ukraine is originally a former Soviet state. Okay, but then they branch off and they are seeking to join the EU slash NATO. Okay, but the reason why they couldn't is because Russia is against that idea. Okay, because they want Ukraine to act as a buffer state with like having half Russian and half Western influence on them, something like that. Okay, like so that they will the Western culture will not in a sense get into Russia. They become as a buffer state. I really didn't believe. Okay, when I explained Georgia's the Georg colony um that that Haruto was in just now, I really got an inkling about that, but I didn't expect it to be in a sense closely similar to what is happening now. Because think about it, okay, Georg, they cannot receive any help from like the Allied, okay, because if they enter the fight because of this, then later the Dorjian Empire is gonna like escalate this to a full out war. Literally, this is what happening to Ukraine now, because Ukraine, um, the reason why until now, even though it's like being the fifth day, sixth day, going to the sixth day now, and it's because um if any because Russia couldn't say if any other country try to help, you know, directly and like send troops, then they're going to face with nuclear or missiles launched at them. So that's a huge thing. So when I talk about it, I realize all of this. It really shocked me. But another one thing that I want to say is that you can see that children, they are also uh, brought into this this conflict as well, because some of them lost their lives, okay, and now there's like, although my heart's out for Ukraine, the people there, but one thing I do want to say, I understand, but I'm not really you know in I'm not really agreeing with this rule, is that um, if you want to flee the country, you can, but if you're a man between the age of 18 and 60, you are forced to turn back. So in other words, you have to enlist in the army right now to fight against them. So that's one thing that I have gripes with Ukraine right now. Okay. Other than that, totally support them. Okay. For them to receive, other countries are sending aid, in a sense, like in military weapon to Ukraine. Okay. All out to them, and especially to the president, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Basically the leader of the country, Vladimir Zelensky. You know, hats off to him, man, for staying in his country okay, in this time of war, okay, and I just hope things will. I just hope that Putin will actually pull back the troops because their economy is in a terrible shape right now. And another thing I want to say is that um, uh, please do not hate on Russians. Okay, normal Russians they are not they're not involved in this. Okay, you know even though there are protests in like it's not that big, it's because if you join the protest, you're gonna be jailed. Okay, and of course brave people in Russia, they are still protesting knowing that fate. Okay, really respect them for that. Okay, but do not say to any Russian people like, oh, these people are the enemy. No, the people is actually Putin and his people on top. Okay, and they do not want the war. We've seen it. Okay, like they keep on saying no to war in the protests. Okay, and it's very sad that there's actually one video when this female protester was still, if I'm not wrong, she was carrying her, like she was strapping on her baby, and she just hold, a drawing of a peace sign with half Ukraine, half Russia, because you know a lot of people in Ukraine, they are also Russian, and a lot of people in Russia, have ties to Ukraine, like family ties to Ukraine. Okay, and it was a very, even though it's not properly drawn, okay, but the message get through, and she got dragged out. I was really sad when I saw that. Okay, now hearts off to Ukraine. Hopefully this will settle soon and things doesn't escalate. That's the last thing I want to say. I don't want things to escalate. Okay. Okay, next. Okay. My final thoughts are Valvrave. Okay, and Valvrave is a very, like, if you are interested in Gundam, but you feel Gundam is too long, okay, and you feel like if you just enter one series that you might not understand totally, Valvrave is for you. Okay, it's that it's short. Okay, if I know it have 2 seasons. Okay, if I know Valvrave has 2 seasons. Valvrave have 2 seasons, and both of the seasons are very well paced. Okay, it goes through a lot. Like I say, the theme of war and such. Okay, and of course, the theme of love. Okay, like like the tragic love between 2 lovers. Exactly like what happened to Mirai Nikki. That's the reason why I chose. Okay, and it's very sweet, and also like how the ending, how it ends, it kills me, man, when I see that. Okay, that these two, even though they are on they are on opposite side, at the end they became like best friends or bros in a sense. Okay, so yeah, easy to say. Valvrave, a short 26 episodes of you have your love story, you have your conflict, you have you have robots. Okay, so those are basically the 3 things that that is the draw point for Valvrave. Okay, yeah, and I do wish that that in a sense I do want Valvrave too. Okay, because it is so cool seeing all of that, but because at the end they are like opening the door to a sequel of sorts, because okay, I can't say it. Okay, I can't say it. Okay, um it would be just too big of a spoiler. Okay, but at the end it's like they're opening a door to a sequel. Easy to say. Okay. And I do want to see that sequel. Okay, so yeah, that is all. Okay, for this week. For this week's Geek Night. Okay, so I forgot to change the title. Okay, actually next week I'm planning to do Angolmoa. Okay, Angolmoa. Okay, let me see. If I change it now, things would be things would look very awkward, okay? But you just say, next Tuesday, I'll go more, okay? So, okay, so tomorrow, actually today after this, I'm actually planning to have another stream, which is like Vampire Survivor. I bought it yesterday, well, before the stream start, and I thought that, that's gonna take a little bit, okay? And actually, I'm hooked on it now. Okay, so I'm gonna start it like in 20 minutes time later because now it's already like 11:40. Okay, now tomorrow Yakuza 0. Thursday, I'm not planning for any stream, but depending on how it goes later, okay, in the Vampire Survivor stream in a while, it's going to start. Okay, I'll see if I'm going to, like do a stream at 11 p.m. Okay, I'm not sure yet. Okay, because I do want to have a day off. Okay, and on Friday I'm teaching Odo Kaori at 10 p.m. On her channel, and Saturday usual thing teaching Upa, then novel night Mama Holly. Okay, and on Sunday Upa is gonna be me explaining with me again, and at night novel night Mama Holly again, and Monday Yakuza Kiwami. Okay, most probably like maybe next Wednesday or next Friday I finish Kiwami. Okay, and like I say, Tuesday is Angolmoa. Okay, now if you like what I'm doing here, you can subscribe to the channel. Okay, you can like and share the videos. Okay, and commenting on the videos is also a good thing. Okay, it just show me that somebody's actually watching this. Okay. If you are free, then you can join me live, okay? Or you can watch my other stream, okay? Like support Geek Night, like, okay? It's not that hard to press like okay? And if you really like what I'm doing, subscribe to the channel, okay? So yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna, okay? In a while, I'm gonna start with the Vampire Survivor, okay? Yeah, that's it. Bye bye.